Welcome back, Imperials. Rogue Trader Gideon has an obligation to the Inquisition, and so his mission is to find the Inquisitor Interrogator Heinrix van Calox. He also has to root out the heretical uprising on the Imperial planet of Rykad Minoris. They have attacked a tech priest monastery called the Electrodynamic Cenobium that provides power to the world. In today's mission briefing, we need to talk about the Electro-Priests, also known as Luminen or Sparks of Life. They exist in two distinct orders, the Fulgurites and the Corpuscarii. They are fanatics devoted to the motive force. The motive force is part of the sacred trinity of the cult Mechanicus that includes the machine god and the Omnissiah. Only 4 brave wardens. They're all alone, aren't they? You'll cover the landing area? Well, good. Glory to our dynasty. Let's have a look over here. Quite the monastery. Kind of what I envisioned, really, based on what they were telling me about it. But that's where we're going, right inside. I don't know what we're going to find inside. It can't be good, it can't be easy. Whatever it might be. We've made it inside. There's dead bodies all over. I wonder who killed them. The Interrogator or defenses? Could be defenses, but we'll find out very soon. If I had to picture an IT group putting together their own religion, here's where they would live. Let's have a look around. And a door to open up with another body, a clue as to what might be inside. No wounds on his body. Interesting. Well, let's go in.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last Electro-Priest you killed, where did you find? Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the cook! And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
He's terrifying. Well, we found him. That's good news, or bad news, who knows. The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chills making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. You try to focus on the man in front of you, but you cannot shake the image of the deadly torture he inflicted on his victim. Your pulse quickens, blood pounding in your ears and sweat beating on your skin. Seneschal, isn't this the chap we're supposed to find for the Lord Inquisitor?
I dare say it is, Lord Captain. Now, if it were possible for the gentleman to properly introduce himself and dispel our doubts.
Seneschal? Lord Captain? Do I have the pleasure of speaking to a rogue trader? Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrix van Calox of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. I must confess, I'm perplexed to meet someone of your standing in a place like this.
I'm here to collect you. I am under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you safe passage to Footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
I do love Cassia quite a bit. However, I do wonder what it's like to kiss a butt so hard. Does it hurt? Is it fun? I have no idea. Cassia, tell me.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor.
I like him. He's gonna join my group.
I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions.
Well, as we all know right now, the governor is an idiot.
Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
Now tell me, what are you doing here?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
Also, I'm pretty curious, what did you do to that heretic? I don't mind. I shouldn't fear it. In fact, it's rather exciting. I get to have you on my side doing that to evildoers.
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
I can agree. Alright, let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the Electro-Priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the Electro-Priests treat with special piety.
Goodbye, Adira. I don't want to play with you anymore. Cassia, come join in. I've already given him some new gear. He was wearing flak armor. That can't do. I gave him Adira's psychic body glove. He came with a force sword, which he's going to use extensively, that has quite a bit of armor penetration, and also deals additional damage according to your psi rating, which he's at 1. I gave him foe hammer. We might as well get someone to use it in combat, and he's got his own staff, a biomancer's staff. After that, he's got a phantom cloak, so he's got more armor against warp damage, noble silk gloves, well, I'm not wearing them, and some boots too. Whenever he charges, it'll cost 1 AP less. That'll be really good for him. Heinrix is level 12, he's a warrior too, but unlike Abelard, he's not going to be a tank. He's going to be a melee damage dealer. He already had a few levels allocated to him, and I was able to pick out, beginning right over here, rigorous training. The warrior becomes incredibly deft. Charge and slash not end the warrior's movement, and grants him a bonus dodge amount for 1 round after use. And of course we're going to focus on agility. After agility, it'll be weapon skill. Enfeeble. Any enemies impacted by Enfeeble, they get a penalty to strength and agility, and also they take more damage too. For his own skills, he's going to focus on Lore for Xenos, more agility again, Nimble for a 10% bonus to dodge, and of course he's got to know about his enemies, so more Lore for Xenos. Blade of Light. He's got a force weapon. Force weapon attacks deal more damage and have more armor penetration. For his Daring Breach ultimate ability upgrade, I gave him upgrade 1. 10 movement points until the end of his turn, and also he does not provoke attacks of opportunity. We want him moving all over the map all the time. Biophysical Distortion. He's a biomancer. All the Psyker's attacks, including damaging psychic powers, now poison enemies. So, let's see, 3 plus 3, 6 times 1 for our psi rating, 6 damage every turn. Pretty good, right? Alright, there we go, weapon skill, and Sworn Enemy. Abelard has it too, it's too good, I can't avoid it. We get to do so much more to our chosen foe. Also, if we're attacked by that foe, we get 1 additional action point. There's my psi rating of 1. That's why we're at 1, otherwise we would be at 0. More weapon skill, and over here, carouse. Oh, hold on. I should probably go back over to my items for just a moment. He's also got a helmet. Dogmatic. That way, enemies won't be able to land a critical strike on him for the first 3 rounds of combat. Well, let's have a look around. Okay, Pascal, you are up. Do not fail me today. A prize inside. Alright. Pascal's all about whispering sweet nothings in binary to the machines. We've got leather armor. That could be pretty decent for Pascal. Base armor property plus 5% armor against human enemies. Not bad. A staff if we want to use lightning arc for Heinrix. Maybe, I'll think about it, who knows. Well, we don't need to linger here. Let's have a look around. Oh, that's a bit shocking. Let's get a bit closer to have a look inside. Cultists who are trapped. Well, I don't want to suffer their fate, which means we're going to move over here to the other side. There's another room to look inside of. We'll take a quick peek. What do we have? On the maladies of machine spirits and the ways of diagnostic divination. An instruction manual. I've got one of those. Praise the Omnissiah. And over here, someone who is killed by some manner of electric weapon. Electro-Priest? Yeah, they're probably close by, I would imagine. That's a hint. Well, let's move up. The Cogitator. Yeah, they've got to be close by. Could there be a way for me to foil their ambush? Well, they look cool, but they're not friendly. You shall be purified by the motive force, blasphemer. Purified? Excuse me, I've showered. We've been ambushed, so we have no choice but to begin our battle. Cassia, I'm going to move you over. Voice of command. That could be handy at the moment, but instead we're going to use bring it down. Abelard, I want you to move a bit closer to someone around here. We're going to use charge. I've given him a power maul to use. 10 damage. Brace for impact, increasing deflection. For him and also Heinrix. He's done. Cassia 2. Gideon, you get to move. He's got a plasma pistol. I can't wait to try it out. But hold on. What I'll do, I'm going to use voice of command right now on Abelard. But before I do that, we probably need to spread out a little bit. There. We'll focus on this area. We've got 6 enemies total. Then I'm going to use what's called break their ranks. An ability I've been wanting to try for a little bit now. First, we'll use it. There we go. He gets to attack. A 25 crit. That's incredibly good. So break their ranks. Until the start of his next turn, all melee attacks made by the target deal additional damage equal to 3 times the number of adjacent enemies. If we use voice of command, then he gets to make an attack at someone who's got the lowest wounds. In that case, we got to hit him. It's a really good combo. Alright, after that, Cassia gets to move once more. I've got a few new abilities for her too that I do want to try out, but before we do anything, I'm going to again use bring it down. I'm trying to get rid of at least one enemy right away. Alright, we're going to use sworn enemy. I mean, do I need to? Maybe not, but it is done. We'll strike now, guaranteed. 25 damage, gone. We got them. That's one enemy gone. And she's not done. We could use our stare, but obviously we've got to be very careful. In fact, I could just move over here and use it at all of these enemies. I'll go over her new abilities as they come up, but for right now, let's try to hit who we can. Maybe if I move back a little bit. You gotta like get into the proper location for it. I'll move here instead. There we go. Let's get him. Let's do something. 11, 18 damage. That's really good. What an ability. She's done now. Navigators are terrifying, I'm telling you. Alright, so after doing that, we need to hit a few enemies who are close by. These two, I would like to kill them if I can. It depends. Yeah, I could hit them. I could do that. If I move over here, I wouldn't really be able to provide a nice angle to hit multiple targets. So we'll just move over. After that, we're going to use our rapid fire. Then burst fire, because that's what we do. It's not perfect, but it's what we have. All right, let's go. Let's hope we hit someone. That was pretty good. All right, after that, running gun. We'll shoot again. And instead, a single shot at you. A higher chance to hit you. 9 damage. Cool. Warhammer. Increasing our momentum. She's done for now. Who's moving? They are. Pascal, you weren't hit. Awesome. Here comes another one, though. We're all doing okay. Weaklings. All right, after that, we've got the capability to hit 2 targets. Before we strike, we're going to use Sworn Enemy.
At your beck and call.
Thought you guys were tough. Evidently not. All right, Power Maul. Get to it. Check out that damage. And Abelard is done. 54 out of 45 wounds. I've increased my difficulty again, straight up to hard from daring. Pascal, it's your turn. Alright, what do I even want you to do? Use your expose. Yeah, expose him a little bit. And after that, we could use our Machine Spirit Communion. They would hate it personally, I totally get that. We could use it on Argenta and ourselves. Let's go. A buff for us, a debuff for him. And if we want to, we could still attack. I've also got Machine Spirit Banishment. Reducing damage of an enemy. That feels important. We should do that. Let's go. Alright. Let's strike. 13 damage. You're done. Heinrix, it's your turn. Word of the Emperor. All allies in a circle with a 5-cell radius gain +2 resolve until the end of combat. Every additional stack of this effect increases the resolve bonus by +2. So we could get a lot done. But first we're going to focus on destroying one more enemy who's right by us. Let's go. 4 sword. 20 damage. And he's done. So after that, Word of the Emperor. Listen to him right now, everyone. All of us. Perfect. Nice. Well, that worked out. And we'll be able to charge down to get a little bit closer to our other enemies. After that, I could use Enfeeble. I would like to. Let's weaken at least one enemy. Could be more than one. Yeah, that guy. Screw him. Be enfeebled. Alright, he's finally done. Here comes another one. Pascal was able to dodge again. And we are dominating today. Finest hour? I agree. It's going to be our finest hour. Pascal, let's do it. Take him out. It's your job to do so. 19 damage. Pretty good. Let's move. We'll strike again. He is dominating. 14 damage. Not done yet. We just keep on hitting. 16 damage. Wow. Out of here. And we'll take a shot. If we can't take a shot, that's okay. Because we'll be able to move, then take a shot. Alright. 0 AP for exposed weakness. Can't use it on you? Alright, fine. I'll just shoot you. I don't mind. 34 damage for a critical strike. One more shot. It's clean. We're clean. We're done. No more to worry about. Oh, I did find out that you don't need to loot all the bodies right then and there. When you leave a zone, it'll prompt you to loot everything, which is really cool. That's very handy. But now let's come over here to the Cogitator. The machine altar is operational, but it only responds to a special command that I do not know. Okay. So we need to find out a password. We could keep on moving up here, or we could move elsewhere. It's a pretty big area. Well, down over here is another shocking pathway. I do see a door. However, if we need a password, maybe this room has something. It's got a lot of books. A tech priest reading a book and not a data slate. Well, here we go. There's a door. Huh. You're mummified. Alright. What about over here? Another door. Another Electro-Priest. A tech priest's body rests on a metal table, surrounded by sparking spirals of copper coil. A patina of secret unguents covers his withered flesh. His augmetics have been polished with great care. Intricate electus cover the dead man's crossed arms and bare torso, and strands of wires envelop his head. I hope I'm buried like that. Pascal respectfully bows his head before the dead man and carefully touches the shriveled body with the tip of his mechadendrite. Honored adherent, I thank you for showing us the truth of Fabricator General Petrovars Maxim. Death does not end the service of a spirit driven. Examine the body, I'll do that. That worked out. The body seems motionless, but you notice a slight tremor in the fingertips. This ancient servant of the Omnissiah must be data dreaming. His mind, enveloped in digital reverie, can persist for hundreds or thousands of years while his frail body is decaying. This sacred state of trance is a great reward, only earned by the wisest and most pious servants of the machine god. Cassius says, such purity of color. I have never seen anything like it. Deep tranquility, shrouded in a cool white cloud. Such unity of thought and spirit, the dead are incapable of exuding such hues. Next to the table the body is resting on, you see small amulets crafted from burned Cogitator circuit boards. There is no dust on these small offerings. They were clearly left here recently. Can you hear me, Tech Priest? I know that you're having a great dream, but wake up. The light in the crypt becomes a little brighter and sharper, and the smell of ozone fills the air. The vox on the ceiling comes alive and lets forth a solemn Beneric aria that turns into a crackling, somnolent voice. In this dark hour, I am ready to bring you good tidings, Tech Brethren. Now respond with the words of the second Galvanic hymn. Or really now. Fortunately, we did pass a test. The second Galvanic hymn is a revered and miraculous prayer of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Naturally, you know it very well. Ah yes, I too read on how to use my toaster. Let us praise the twin charges, the body electric and the Omnissiah who lights the spark of reason within us, and let us carry his charge to those who have turned their minds toward his light. Let it be so indeed. Alright. The monastery is under attack by heretics. Can you help? In my data dream, I saw their unholy requests and rejected them angrily, for it is said in the 4th article of security, no unbeliever's hand shall intrude upon the operation cycle. They have seditious designs on the relic, but should I give you, who does not belong to our faith and fellowship, my blessing to stand up to the blasphemers? You should. I'll use persuasion. I may not be a member of your priesthood, but you and I are of the same faith. It worked, thankfully. This statement is true. The 1st article of security says, fear above all evils, the defilement of knowledge. And its command outweighs the prohibition contained in the 6th article of security. Let knowledge be locked away from the ignorant. That's me, I'm the ignorant. So be it. In the name of shaming the unbelievers, I grant you the blessing of special access and protection from the rage of the motive force. Dry cracking sounds come from inside the crypt's walls as awakened cogitators process the ancient tech priest's command. Well, that's great. So we've got a buff. All right. Let's see here. It's a promise of protection. Nice. 3 deflection and 50% armor against shock damage. Well, we can't go through here. There's a force field. Let's move into this room. Data altar of secret analysis. Could that be it? Give me a password, you special calculator. The Cogitator's green screen lights up as you approach it and displays the flashing message. Pilgrim, only the words of the 1st Galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts hidden behind the veil of knowledge. Now chant with me. Let us sing this canticle too. Hey Pascal, can you tell me how the hymn goes? Pascal's vox lets out a noisy groan as if he is clearing his throat, but then stops abruptly. After a brief pause, he averts his gaze and says in a rasping voice, it is not known to me. Only high-ranking servants at shrines of energetic prosperity are permitted to perform the 1st Galvanic hymn. He doesn't know. Abelard snorts and struggles to suppress an involuntary smile. Emperor, help us all. The esteemed Magos has been caught out not knowing a prayer, and now he's floundering like a cadet in an exam. I never thought I'd see the day. Well, let's begin with the Omnissiah, from whom the holy discharge springeth forth. Verse 2 calls you, Pilgrim. Let us fill our souls with gratitude toward... oh God. We've got hallowed contacts, the arcane key, resistors. Let's try breakers. Finish the prayer. May the unity of the sacred charges power... the memory? Well, no. Pascal didn't show good memory. Faith? No. I didn't do it. Am I able to try again? Oh. Okay, so I get to keep trying. The Omnissiah worked out. Twin poles. Memory of ages. Well, that makes it a lot easier, because I checked out everything and I didn't find any information about the 1st Galvanic hymn. Well, that's good to know. The Omnissiah, let's try the Arcane Key. Now, let's go for Reason. Okay, that worked. Took a few tries. We've got a trill that's coming from the Cogitator. Verily so, a pilgrim who has learned our ways is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened. So we had what? Omnissiah, Arcane Key, Immortal Reason, the key words we need to look at. And treasure. Treasure inside. Okay. An arc rifle. Well, that's really cool. 10 to 15 damage, a single shot, 2 AP of course. When the wielder hits a target with the arc rifle, they also attack all enemies within 2 cells of the target. Maybe I wouldn't want that as my primary weapon though. 10% armor penetration. And we've got over here 1 pinpointing visor. Grants a 15% critical hit chance to ranged attacks against enemies with less than 50% of their wounds. Nice. Now we'll go back to where we met the Interrogator, and we'll probably need to move into that room where we saw those lightning traps. I did notice the arcs over here aren't shooting the entire time. Unfortunately, we are caught in an ambush, so we're just going to have to fight. 2 fighters get to go first, then a gunner. Oh, hold on. Look at what they're using. Sniper rifles. That's really dangerous. I wonder when the arcs might come back out. Would it be prudent for us all to move back down here? Maybe let the traps get them? That would be a funny way to do it. It would help us out, but fine. I'm not going to do that. As much as I want to. Argenta, I think I might have you move first. Holy crap, they all get to move first. Yeah, that's so bad for us. If we don't get to move back, we're going to take a lot of damage. Or instead, we get Pascal to shoot. He could hurt someone. No, it's going to have to be Argenta. I want her to move up into cover. She's going to use her running gun right away. Shift 1 for that hotkey. She'll move up right over here. Then burst fire, hopefully hurting someone. That's my dream anyway. We almost killed one character, Warhammer, just to get more momentum right off the bat. She's done. Okay, Cassia, you'll shift over. We don't want to move here, clearly, or we'll be hit by those arcs. Now, Gideon, I'm going to have you move up. You've got to use your officer ability, so you're going to use, again, bring it down. We'll keep on shooting. Thank you, Argenta. Let's go at it again. Please kill someone. We got one. Only one. But one less to worry about. Okay, here comes another fighter. And another one after that. So we've got 2 right by us. The gunners. 22 damage on Gideon. Whoa. That is so much damage. All right. I'll shift over. And I'm going to use my regimental tactics. I'm going to have to, I think. Don't want to, but I've got to. Then voice of command on Heinrix. Heinrix, I'll get you to move up. Air of authority. Let's do that too. And after that, bring it down. Come on over. I want you up here. All right, he's going to charge right in. It'll only cost 1 AP, so we're going to use Sworn Enemy first. Then we'll charge in. Now let's try it out. Here he comes. 43 damage, a crit. What a strong opening. And he's done. Gideon, I'll move you up over here. You'll be exposed, but he's going to lead from the front anyway. That's Gideon for you. Back in cover. All right, who are they going to shoot at? Well, they clipped who? Someone back over here. All right, Cassia. I gave her a very scary ability. It's called Held in My Gaze. She deals damage to an enemy. They've got to pass a willpower test or become immobilized until her next turn. Let's get a gunner. That's what I want to do. All right, she's moving up into cover, and he's dead. She used to be more supportive, but now I want her to deal damage. We could use Bring It Down again. You know what? We'll do that in just a moment. First off, voice of command. We're going to use it on Argenta. Let's buff her up. Perfect. Bring it down on Heinrix. And once more, we're going to have him use Sworn Enemy.
Naturally.
Then he'll charge. What a great combination. 1 AP for charge is incredibly powerful for us. 37 damage, another enemy dead. We could use Daring Breach. I wonder, would he be able to reach that gunner? Or we could have him charge down here to go after these two. Well, actually 3. That could be interesting. We'll save it for now. We'll use it later. Finest Hour. What a fine ability. They're shooting. A dodge. Okay, cool. All right, Pascal, you're moving up. Analyze enemies on that one gunner. Actually, get the one to the right. If we kill him right away, we could just move on. After that, we're going to use Perfect Spot. While in cover, he gains plus 25% cover efficiency, plus 15 perception, and also plus 15 ballistic skill. It'll last until he moves again. All right. We've got Exploit on you, which means I could use Precise Attack. Yeah, I would like to. For his next attack against an enemy that's got Exploit, their cover efficiency is reduced, and his attack would have a higher chance to hit. Well, then again, that enemy is very close. We don't need to use it. Not right now. Come on. 1 hit, 1 kill. We got him. All right. Who do I have now? Expose weakness for fun. All right. I think we're done. Let's end our turn. Heinrix, you get to move. So you'll move over here. Then I want you to charge on down to attack. Can you reach him? Oh, you can. Great. Well then, once more, sworn enemy.
Get me a target.
We might as well move up and hurt them bad. All right. Actually, we've got so many points to use. Iron Arm, 14 more strength and toughness for him.
For the throne's glory.
Cool. But we're not done yet. Enfeeble.
I won't object.
That way we hit even harder. Hopefully taking them out in only 1 hit. Then Endure. Because we want those wounds. Finally, we charge. We charge and kill. 42 damage. He's killing everyone. And I love it. Alright, we can move up. But we're not going to do that yet. Okay, you're going to move over here, Argenta. Could you hit that target? Your chance to do so is quite low, but you'll take the shot anyway. Please don't hit Heinrix. You hit cover. Well, that's fine. Alright, she's done too. Abelard, you haven't been able to do too much, which is unfortunate, but it won't kill us. We're going to be okay. In fact, let's move you close by. Use Brace for Impact. That way we all get more deflection. All of us around him. And we'll charge over to the side. I mean, we could take a pot shot at someone if we were closer, but we're not. So, we're charging. Right over here. And we're going to use Endure. That way we get our temporary wounds. He's doing fine. We're holding on. We're doing very well. Gideon, you'll move up too. I don't know what is completely a safe space. Like, right over here, would that be? Maybe. Probably, but anyway. Voice of Command. Nope, we can't use it on him. We're going to use instead Bring It Down. Heinrix, I mean, he's really been leading the charge today. That's pretty cool, though. A new character who's doing so well. All right. You are my enemy, my sworn enemy. He's like, man, you've got so many foes. He's like, yeah, I do. I hate them all. 39 damage, and he's still not done. I wonder if I use your ultimate. Yeah, you would be able to make it. That's why I picked it out. It's coming in handy today. Let's move over here. We're going to use Enfeeble. Because I want to hit hard. Running across the map like that. Alright. Let's get to hitting. There's one attack. 22 damage. And another. Alright, the battle's over, but I am worried about the arcs. Oh god. Okay, I'm just going to have to take my time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to time out all of our movements until we're way over here. Unless there's like a way for us to potentially turn it all off. I doubt it, but that would be nice. Ooh, athletics. Okay, hold on. I do have Abelard who's close by. Let's get through. Oh, we're all here now. Cool. Do we need to fight them all? I really hope not. But if we've got to, we've got to. Wait, who are you? A crowd of cultists has surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine. causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally, enforcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling. In the clenched claws of stagnation, in the shackles of Iteration Zero, under their iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. Pascal says, the blessed Armanaut has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. His mechadendrites have sprung into combat mode. He's angry. Then, let's kill them all. We could take our time. However, there are times whenever even Gideon says, hey, look, we've got our plan. Our plan is to attack. We don't always need to approach it from some type of plot. And here, we'll probably just go in and fight them all. Why? Because we're better than they are. And also, we work as a better team. We're like some crack commando team, really. Pascal goes on to say, my analysis of the situation indicates their overwhelming numerical superiority. In an open confrontation, the blessed Armanaut may be randomly or deliberately harmed by fire. I have an alternative proposal to direct engagement. What is it? He's pointing to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use their clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them, and thus cleansing the hall of heretics. We could do that, however, wearing their clothing, that might be an issue. The lightning discharges have charred the cultists' corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the arch-enemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. Argenta says, I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with unholy symbols, let alone wear it. I agree. This is the first step toward falling. A small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, Rogue Trader? Heinrix, he's here, and it's very important that we don't look heretical in front of him, or we potentially die. The signs of the arch-enemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coats of arms, even deceitfully worn, all this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you, and draws their corrupting attention to you. Cassius stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and the scattered human ashes. Do not make me. We're not going to do that, no. We've got a few options. Iconoclast. It would be practical to try his plan out. I know that. I understand. However, we do live in a place where the ruinous powers, they're a huge threat. We cannot be corrupted. Which means we're going to be dogmatic. I will not allow corruption to touch you, Cassia. We will vest ourselves in faith and kill every last traitor to the Golden Throne. Another desperate scream rends the air, +2 to dogmatic. So be it. May the Omnissiah protect the blessed Armanaut in the coming battle. Death to the blasphemers. 27 enemies. We did not roll well when it comes to initiative. We're in danger right now, but that's okay. We're not going to wear the dirty laundry of a bunch of heathens. We don't do that here. We're all about fresh linens. The Imperium of Man would fall if we didn't do our laundry. Okay, who's going first? Let's have a look real quick. A fighter over to my left, a group of 4 right by me. Alright, that's interesting. You know what, Argenta? You're about to go in just a moment. Abelard, I could have you go out there too. Oh, you would destroy them. Heinrix, you'll be over here, very close by, not too close by. Pascal, I'm going to move you back where you've got half cover. After that, Cassia, well, you'll be right by him. Then Gideon. Our dear Gideon. He's going to move right there. Alright, that should be it for us. Now, Cassia, what are you going to do? It depends on who we want to kill. We could stop a few enemies around us. That fighter, I don't like him. He needs to die. Do it now. Bring it down. Okay, after that, we're going to use Sworn Enemy right on him because we want to hit harder. We don't want him to hit us harder. Shift 3 for charge. My only issue being Argenta would potentially shoot him if he's right over here. I don't like that. But let's go. 24 damage. And they're also poisoned. However, that will only do 6 wounds of damage. He's done for now. Cassia, I'll have you move over to the right of Pascal, and we'll end our turn again. Now Gideon, you also get to move, or I could have you use Voice of Command, like that. Then break their ranks. Because I use Voice, he'll be able to strike a nearby enemy. 37 damage, it's done. We've done it. Gideon, you'll move back. You'll have some cover. That's good. And now Argenta, you get to shoot, but look at that. We would potentially hit Heinrix. What if I move over here instead? Oh, that could do it. Yeah, that would do it for sure. Okay, we're going to use rapid fire. Only 1 AP. We've got to. Then we're going to shoot. And hopefully kill someone. Yeah, that would be great. Let's go for it. Right here. Argenta, you did a great job. 1 kill already. 2 others quite hurt. Okay, we're going to use running gun. Because we're not giving up. Not right now. A single shot, you say? Yeah, we'll do that. Attack. Come on, Argenta. You did it. 9 damage. We're going to use a war hymn. Because we could use a bit more momentum at the moment. And she's done. That was beautiful. Now let our enemies get close. You know they want to. Good job, Argenta. She was able to dodge that melee attack. They're going to shoot at us so much right now. They're going to miss a lot, sure, but eventually some shots will land. We're surrounded. Abelard doesn't care. You can't surround Abelard and live. It doesn't work like that. We're going to use Held in My Gaze. Goodbye, Gunner.
I am a navigator.
No kidding. Well, you took care of that. Bring it down. I've got to use it. It could be on Heinrix, but he doesn't have a great pathway to a nearby enemy. Pascal, you could do it. Yeah, you could do it. It's a good idea even. We've got 2 points. We're going to use Perfect Spot, increasing his cover efficiency, more perception and ballistic skill. Provided he doesn't move, he'll maintain it. Okay, who are we going to shoot? That guy? Sure. Got a few options on who I could kill. Let's hit that guy. Right by Argenta. 16 damage. Not an outright kill, but that's okay. It's a bit of damage. Voice of Command. We're going to use it on... who's nearby? Abelard. Naturally, Abelard. Because when he's ready, he's going to destroy them all. That's my hope anyway. More enemies are moving around. More shots. Argenta took some damage. They're not doing a great job at eradicating us. That's good. They're not well trained. They shouldn't be. Even if they were former PDF. No, they're not going to be very good. They're not the guardsmen. Now, if we had someone like Gideon leading them or training them, then I would fear for my life. I wouldn't be here right now. Let's have a look now. Pascal, you get to go again. Here's what I want you to do. Don't move, but I do want you to use Machine Spirit Communion to help out Argenta. That's what I want to do. Let's begin. 2 action points. Okay. Then we're going to use Analyze Enemies. Actually, hold on. If you've got a bit of cover, I could use Precise Attack, increasing our hit chance. All right, 1 shot. Let's try again. It might work out. We'll see. 39 damage, a crit. It did work out. Expose weakness. We'll do that on that fighter to our left. There it is. No armor, very little dodge. They're in danger. They're in so much danger. And Heinrix, you get to move. So here's what we're going to do right now, okay? We're going to move up. We could strike, but we're going to use Sworn Enemy first. 1 point. We've got 3 more. After that, Iron Arm, increasing strength and toughness by 14. He's got it. All right. Now we get to strike. Time to kill, Heinrix. He's done it. 29 damage. Blessed be the Inquisitor. Or you know, the interrogator of the Inquisitor. Word of the Emperor, more resolve for many of us. Yeah. If we do that, we get to use our ultimate. More resolve, more momentum. And it's all swinging in our favor. There's Abelard. You know what? Right now, Abelard, I want you to bring out the axe I got you. Surprise. Alright. I could hit the two of you. Yeah, that would be great. But before I attack, we're going to use Sworn Enemy. Let's do that first. It is done. Alright, hack and slash. Let's go for it. 23 damage. The other guy was able to parry. Lucky him. We're going to use Endure. More wounds for us. All that good stuff. Brace for impact. Sure, we'll do that too. And finally, Daring Breach. It's time for him to cut through our foes. Swing again. 43 damage. One enemy gone. So who do we go after now? I've got some options. Look at how many are over here. That's a lot, man. We'll turn over, hit a few. Oh, if I could hit all of them, that would be awesome. But I can't quite do it. They're very, very lucky. See, right now, we probably want to move somewhere where maybe we have a little bit of cover. But I also want to kill a lot of enemies. So we'll move through and we'll swing away again.
Victory is imminent.
Abelard is willing to do that. He's a madman. Look at that. 2 more cut down. I need a kill counter for Abelard. Another parry. Again, you're lucky. You won't be parry for long. Pretty soon you'll be Bob. Gideon, I'm going to have you move. I do wonder, could you use bring it down? Yes, you can. Okay, good. Voice of command. That's what I would like to use. Or just air of authority. He's already got voice. Good. That's going to help him out a lot. After that, for fun, regimental tactics. Okay. Break their ranks. Swing again. Kill them. Do something. And if you can't do that, that's okay. We're going to use bring it down. Maybe it's got to be his own voice of command. Swing away once more.
At your beck and call.
Another parry. Whoa. All right. Yeah, you know what? You are my sworn enemy. That's what you are for later. I thought we would get him right away. Okay, Gideon, move back just a little bit. He's okay. Argenta, it's your turn. So I'm going to move you over here. And what we're going to do, we're going to use Revel in Slaughter. A bunch of buffs for her. Then we're going to use Rapid Fire, increasing our rate of fire. And after that, we're going to shoot a lot. Let's go for it right now. We took out 2. They're lucky. A free reload. Thank you, talents. And we're done for now. We'll move back into cover. Gotta stay alive. Okay, we're done for the moment. Abelard, are you gonna be okay? Well, that did nothing. They're moving closer. Thankfully, their numbers will not provide a stacking +10 weapon skill. We've got a talent to negate that. Cassia, it's your turn. We're very close to a new ultimate. That's awesome news for us. Who's over here to my left? Only a gunner. Heinrix could kill him. That's good. Let's move up. And after that, well, I've got a few abilities I want to use. My stare would be fun to use, but I would need to be able to move a little bit closer into cover where I don't feel like I might hit an ally. Let's try to kill that one fighter. 30 wounds total. Held in my gaze. 22 damage. That's pretty good. Alright. Bring it down. That could be really good too. You know what? Heinrix, you get to move again.
Lord Captain.
And it's your time to shine. Charge on down. That's all that I want you to do. He's moving. 38 damage. We get to use his ultimate. Before we even do that, we're going to use Enfeeble on these 3 enemies. There it is. They're weaker. That's a nice penalty to strength, agility 2. Alright. Daring Breach. you know he's able to move very, very far. Now that we're over here, I would like to cleave. I would like to kill these two. Let's do that. Then we'll continue to move. Got him. Okay. Let's move up again, and we'll strike. You're on your knees, prostrating yourself before me. How weird. So we've got a few more enemies to go after. We're going to move over here and take out that gunner. He made it all the way to Abelard. Alright, next, we'll move to more cover, but right by a gunner. If he tries to get away, we're going to smack him. Alright, that's done for now. Cassia. Dear Cassia, you are incredible. Voice of command on Argenta if she wants to shoot later. I had dash for her, but I'll have to get it again later on. They're shooting. Oh, they're trying to shoot. Abelard is not taking damage. It's awesome. Wait. What's up with you? Dark Blessing. I don't like that. Dark Prayer. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Don't try to summon demons. I won't let you. Alright, if I shoot at you right now, there's a chance you could hit Abelard, which I can't tolerate, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to move up just a little bit, and I'll go after another target. That's what I'm going to do. I've got two up here that I would like to kill. That would be nice. We don't really need to analyze anything at all. Oh, all of you are lucky you're not all lined up for me at the moment. But that's okay. So, we'll shoot one right up there. 24 damage. After that, perfect spot. You won't have to move for a while, no. You've got some more points to use. Analyze enemies, we'll use it on a fighter right by Abelard. 5 stacks of exploit. Then we're going to use expose weakness. Let's negate any advantage he has. And so we did. Alright, if we want to, precise attack. Hopefully we get to hold on to that for later. If not, that's okay. Heinrix, you get to move again. Much to the fear of your enemies. You know what? I would like to do more, but that'll have to be it for right now. Get him. Cut down. And no one feels bad. You can't charge over here. I wish you could. Well, you've got your gun. You could shoot. I don't want you to hit Abelard. That would annoy me. Enfeeble. I could hit all of them right by Abelard. We'll do that. A debuff. Cool. Then Word of the Emperor, because that's what we do. Hear the word, everyone. All right. Then, if I really wanted to, is there anyone I could charge at? I mean, it's really not too important. I'm fine where I'm at right now. Do we need to use Sworn Enemy? No, we do not. I'm going to take my shot right over here. Let's go for it. He might miss. 7 damage. He didn't miss. That'll do it. Okay, Abelard, your turn again. You'll take out 2 enemies, 1 swing. 2 dead now. Then we've got another one, but I'll have to wait. Sworn Enemy.
At your beck and call.
Great. Endure, not really needed, but we'll use it anyway. More temporary wounds. And Gideon. I kind of want to get rid of that fighter. That fighter is making me a little bit nervous. I don't really like him there. What's he doing? It's a bit ominous, you know. Let's shoot anyway. I've got over here overcharge. 2 AP. Yeah, for fun. Let's move up. 10 damage. Not dead. Not yet. Okay. Voice of command. We'll have to wait on that one. Bring it down. Abelard. Don't give up. Another attack. 26 damage. Aren't you lucky? Okay. In turn, for Gideon, you're done too. End your turn. Argenta, I want you to take a shot, but not there. So instead, move over here. Now, if you want to, you could take your shot. Hold on. Burst fire. Yeah, if we shoot like that, that'll be okay. So move there instead. Revel and slaughter to get your buffs. Rapid fire. Then we get to use our burst fire to maybe take out a few enemies, right? Let's hope so. We didn't hit anyone that time. That's okay. Again, I don't want to risk it. Ooh, another dodge. It's incredible how well we're doing. Okay, she gets to move up. Next, again, held in my gaze just to get rid of it. We'll take out one. Got that one. Ooh. Finest hour. Abelard, you're on the attack. That's one enemy gone. Oh, is it over? Well, thank you. Very kind of you. Unless we're dead too, then I'm mad at you.
The cycles of war regained. Pillars of law, of worship.
The tech priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive, creaks of binaric prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. He's been tainted. Pascal is now studying his face carefully. His vox system moans in a tragic vibrato. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Armanad. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Yeah, who are you? The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of the spark is Abel Hanuman. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. Okay. So maybe your mentor has iterations, forms where he's able to channel some idea, some shadow of himself. I'm only speculating right now. The sparks would be what, tech priests? Huh. Anyway. Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykad Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. I'm gonna start saying that to people. Pascal's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. Right. He's only a husk, really. We'll only be able to get so much information. Again, I'm assuming, I could be wrong. What design? An intention both bold and honorable. To open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension, a plan written so that the righteous may follow, and trust in a great pattern of revelation and uniform progression toward it. Pascal's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long. Okay, well, ask him about Amarnad. That's why we're here, or that's why you're here, not me. No, he came because of himself. Myself? To redeem myself. To correct a mistake, possibly, but how do you... There's a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes, strange given the circumstances. Yeah, you're all hung up. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. I've had bronchitis too, bud. You can talk once we get him out of here. That's fair. Abel goes on to say, a cold premonition rakes the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. Pascal responds, we are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. He's currently looking at Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. Do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here. Interesting. We'll try to take him down. As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says, with sudden clarity, many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness, I heard their prayers. Find them, save them. Recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden. A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed binaric code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the Electro-Priest's hiding place. I note with great sorrow that the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of a schismatical an unholy imitation of a machine spirit. Well, we've got to do it. We've got to get rid of it. I'm very sorry. We're going to grant him the Emperor's peace. Let the tainted be eradicated. Farewell. I'll take care of it myself. One shot, two, and one more. He's down. It's over. For now. As mangled as it is, the Tech Priest's body still clings to life. It takes several blows to end his corruption-tainted existence, but even after that, a repulsive giggle is heard over the static from his vox. Dogmatic +3. We are done here. We need to go back to that round Cogitator. Pascal's mechadendrite touches the dead man's head carefully, grips his neural augmetic in its claw, and extracts it from its socket with the utmost care. The skull bone cracks dryly, and brain matter taints the sacred metal. Rest in purity, Tech Brother. The knowledge you have attained through your efforts will be preserved and purified. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore, I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation. Very well. We'll do that. And now we just need to head back over to that Cogitator, and hopefully we'll find our way. It's time to cogitate. No one look. The door was here the entire time? Well, I do feel bad for having to kill a few of their brethren, but we had no choice at that time. Man, they look cool. A short, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger, but right now, he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos, or electos, show through his oddly bluish tinted skin. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful. May the motive force persist in our batteries. Should I bring AA or AAA? And I'll say, the Emperor protects. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. The hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium receives you, pilgrim. I am Dahr-Impulse VI, a servant of the motive force, and the Praetor Electroid of the sacred monastery. Well, very good. Let's get through our pleasantries here, just so that we can have a conversation that's a bit more productive. We have things to do right now. Heretics to slay. Pascal bows down humbly before the man. A trill of binaric signals comes from his vox, to which the Praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns to you and says, the rank of Praetor Electroid is a sign of high standing within the Electro-Priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor. Abelard says, you have the honor of hosting the rogue trader of House von Valancius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrants. Within these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles. For your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators. That's true. Dahr-Impulse VI, it was to you, was it not, that Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Yes, Tech Brother, Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Abel volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterward. Well, tell me more about Abel. We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people. His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic. What kind of visions was he receiving? The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. Abel is dead. Sad news indeed. Tech brother Abel was chosen by the Omnissiah to be a comprehender of great mysteries. May his spirit's motive force come into being anew in the font of the miraculous fusion reactor. And why are you calling me a pilgrim? Are you John Wayne? I don't know. Only those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross this monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of Electro-Priests, but your intentions are good. If you were not seeking the Omnissiah's wisdom, then it was the motive force itself that brought you here to find it. Sure. What happened here, and how did you manage to survive? When the heretics descended in droves upon this Cenobium, we gave battle, but the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defender's sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead of us. Heinrix says, I must commend the skill with which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of wounded pride in his words, as if he is upset about failing to discover their shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There is no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. That's true. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the Ark, wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litanies, so that the relic may be corrupted, and the world of Rykad Minoris may perish in a font of fire. But my brethren, in their magnetic meditation, are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. Get DDoSed. Praetor Electroid nods toward his entranced comrades. Well, very good. Pascal says, this holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices, I swear it. That is fair. I doubt he would want my own enforcers to come here. They seem to be rather particular about who gains entry. Alright then. You made the right decision when you chose to avoid combat and save yourselves. Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy watching unholy intruders stampede through the chambers of my temple. We all envied our brethren who had fallen before that sacrilege began. I wish to get to the Holy Reactor. And there it is. We get to go inside. Very good. The Ark is hidden from Pilgrim's eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the High Reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, Pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion. Very well, I must press on. May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful. Yeah, my batteries are powerful, and rechargeable too. Oh, hello. I won't say no to goods. You don't need them, but I always do. I kind of expected maybe someone to trade with, but that's alright. We only need to go down over here, into the bowels. Gross. We finally made it. Pascal's ready. He's angry. There she is. And look at all those many heretical scribbles. No matter how much holy dry cleaning we use, we're not going to be able to get that out. Maybe finally we'll get some answers. Turn around, face us. Okay, so you're a super great. That caught me off guard. The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque barred mask, yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is the husky, somber bass of a void wolf, a border of ships. How predictable your path is, how static. All the possible depths you have skirted, only to perish here, in the fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn. Now she's talking to Pascal. You have arrived just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor. Pascal responds, a cog. I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling mechadendrite whirs viciously as it readies to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From the dust, I will build order. Pascal, announce my arrival. Pascal lets out an intimidating binaric trill and announces grimly, with the autosized blessing, the rogue trader, Von Valantius, has come before the miraculous fusion reactor, seeking to perform purification and eradicate the corruption. All unauthorized persons are hereby ordered to lay down their arms and humbly accept their punishment. Humility is a lot of the meek. I am a harbinger of great changes and visions of the great cataclysms to come. And you have no more humility, no more in your heart. The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre. A martyr's voice, young, fervent, and in pain. Time has all but run out. I can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. That's mine, actually. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in. A blind slave to what is gone. A faithful servant of what is to come. Or a corpse. Heinrix chimes in. I will take some time to wrest from you the details of the future that the cult prophesizes. Hopefully when we're done, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech. I like him. Argenta says, what you'll be is a living torch blazing for his glory. Argenta's voice burns with pure hatred and trembles with impatience to make the promise come true. Ah, Cassius squints and looks away. Yellows, reds, violets, oranges, blues, wild colors that scorch the eyes. But where the motley masks end, nothing but a colorless void remains. Your people wanted my head. Why? Brother Twilight, known to you as Kunrad, marked you as a target. Your foiling of his plans sealed your death warrant. It is now a predestined certainty that changes can no longer affect. Are you trying to blow up the reactor? I am lighting the spark of the final dawn. Sometimes the future revealed in the edge of daybreak's visions is fragmented between the facets of possibility, and the view is unclear. I have glimpsed the importance of this place for what is to come, and I have solved the puzzle. The flash of purity will transform this world and bring it closer to the Imperium, in which it will be reborn. False believers will perish in the fire, whilst the faithful will find their salvation and their new form in it. Pascal says, you will never tame the spirit of this ancient and noble machine, ignorant layperson. It does have a vile temper, but I have assistants who can help tame it. The woman nods casually toward the maimed Electro-Priest whose hands are affixed to the control panels with steel stakes. Really now? True heresy. Right over here then, okay. Oh, you do have friends, unfortunate. Blasphemous spirits have crawled under our skin and into our sacred iron. Take the motive force of our bodies, I implore you. We do not wish to offend the Omnissiah with the sacrileges our hands are committing. They resisted for a long time, but now their bodies and souls belong to the schismaticals. Line after line, the scrap code they produce will awaken the reactor's unyielding spirit as well, and it too will yearn for change and freedom. Okay. That's enough. We've had a conversation. I'm going to use my iconoclast response. Enough. I will rid Rykad Minoris of your tyranny. The woman's voice becomes thin and brittle, like that of an innocent child. Execute them in the name of the edge of daybreak. +3 to iconoclast. The Electro-Priests rip their hands off the command panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierce them. As their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with the motive force's radiance, all the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for a swift death. Aurora begins muttering an unholy litany in broken Gothic. I did pass a willpower test. You cannot make out her blasphemous words, but the name of the heretic keeps repeating. The edge of daybreak digs into your hearing like a blade into defenseless flesh. Its sound is almost physically painful. It spawns strange and impossible phantoms in your mind. However, you manage to muster your strength and banish it from your mind. We've got 2 rounds until the reactor blows up. I'm assuming we need to take out the priest, so we'll do that. Cassia, you get to move first, which means Heinrix, you get to move first. Also, did she throw a Pokeball? I don't know. She threw something. But for now, we need to get ready to charge in. Before we do that, I could weaken many enemies. That's true. That could be really good to do early on. But instead, sworn enemy, that's you, fighter. That's you. Next, we charge in. Not a kill, not yet, but close to it. He's done. Cassia, you're done too. Pascal, you'll move later. Gideon, I want you to move into cover right now. It's very important that you do that right over here. And you're going to use, also, again, bring it down. If I don't use it, I don't know what's going on with me. I should always use it. Let's charge in. A parry. Oh, not great right now, Abelard. We've got enemies today. All right. I'm going to end your turn. Gideon, you'll wait there. You've got to. Not the best beginning, but that's life. 7 damage on Heinrix. No time to buff up as I often like to, but that's okay. Let's move over here. Then we're going to use our Immolate the Soul, because I would like to tear apart a few enemies. Actually, if I move right here and I use it, I could hit many, many more. Let's go, Cassia. Got them. They've been melted. After that, we're going to use Bring It Down. Heinrix, attack again. Don't let me down. If you strike, you wouldn't get a kill outright. We could shoot, but that wouldn't be sufficient. Instead, use Sworn Enemy. Do that for me. Perfect. And off you go. 22 damage. They're not dead. Okay, Cassia, you're done. I know you're out in the open, but we don't really have a choice right now. Oh, thank you so much. And that was very kind of you. You did hit Cassia, but you nearly took out one of your own. I like that. Okay, Heinrix, now you get to move on your own.
Naturally.
A parry. Not great timing, bud. Crap. Okay, Iron Arm. Use it right now. After that, charge, because you need to do something. You could move around. Oh, if only I could hit you, but I can't do it. No, that won't work out. Fine. What I'll do instead, I'll use my Enfeeble on these two. Right in front of us. Okay. Word of the Emperor, because we need a good ultimate ability. And we need it quickly. Pascal will have to move later. They get so many turns to move before I get more of my own cast to actually do something. Ooh, a parry. Good job, Abelard. We need that right now. Argenta's okay. Abelard, he's taking a few scratches. It's whittling me down. Okay. We'll move here. Then it's time to hit someone, I hope. 21, 25, and 20 damage. We're going to use Endure. A few temporary wounds. Sworn Enemy. That should have been my first go-to, but hey, things happen. There's a lot of pressure right now, which means I don't need to choke, right? Friendly fire again. I like that. I appreciate you for your efforts. All right. I could shoot in front of me. That wouldn't do a lot. I would rather get rid of everyone over here, but Abelard, unfortunately, he's in my way. Yeah, I really wouldn't be able to do that, huh? It just wouldn't work out. Instead, what I'll do, I'll move here and pull out my Flamer. That way, we get to have a little bit of fun. I could hit, what, 3? What about a straight line? No, we want to hit 3, so we'll do that then. Goodbye, 2 of you. Ah, charred. What a great day for us. Okay, we switch back over to the bolter. And we're going to use right now run and gun. We've got to. We'll do that. We'll move over here into cover. We could use Revel in Slaughter. That's true, but I need to be able to shoot. And I'm going to shoot, let's see, hopefully some of you. Or I try to hit over here to help out Abelard. Yeah, we'll do that. Cover and a few bullets. We got one. Nice. Okay, she's done. Gideon, it's your turn. We'll come over here. Actually, get real close like. Regimental tactics after that. All right, then. Voice of command on Abelard. More wounds for him. Air of authority. And we're going to use Bring It Down. That way he gets to move again. If I strike, you go away. 50 damage. Perfect. Okay, we're going to use Sworn Enemy on someone who's a bit tougher. Well, none of you are tough. What a shame. It'll be you for now. Alright, turn over. Ooh, hold on. Finest hour. I like that. For every priest I kill, we get an extra turn. Well, that's really good. I was worried for a moment. Now I'm not. Alright, Cassia, you're going to be okay. Abelard, I want you to kill more. Okay, so we're going to move right on over here. We'll strike once. He's got it. We'll move again and hit one more time. We got him too. Alright, next I get to charge. A third gets to die. 38 damage. If only I could charge again. Oh, that would be great. It's your time next. Look at that. Unlimited range. I mean, that would be cool for Argenta. We probably need to move out of the way if we want to do that too. Let's move over here. I want to switch my weapon. That way I'm able to shoot. It won't be a lot. Well, first off, I'm going to use Sworn Enemy on that priest. Then I'll shoot. Yeah. Like that. 17 damage. Alright, it's your time next. I'll give it to Argenta. Hey, that worked out. And you're going to use, let's see, Warhammer. You might as well do it. Not a lot, but it'll add up. Gideon, you'll move up by 1. Try to get closer. There's blood everywhere. I love it. It's great for me. Okay, let's go over here. We need to take out that priest. We've got plenty of time so far. That could change at any moment. Actually, hold on. Move there instead. We don't want to hit Heinrix. But I do want to hit my enemy. So we're going to use Machine Spirit Communion. Reducing our recoil, causing issues for our enemies. Yeah, do that first. Very good. But now you have more to do. Analyze that one priest. That's who I want to shoot. And if not you, I'll take out that fighter right by Heinrix. Come on. Hey, that did it. Expose weakness. Very little dodge left. And Pascal, you're now done. Their turn. So many get to move. Then it'll be round 2. But we nearly have a priest. Who's moving now? You are. Ooh, a little bit of damage. It's going to add up. How many more do we need to kill? Whoa! Watch out for that, bud. Don't like what you're doing there, kid. Another Immolate the Soul. Yeah, we could do that to really hurt them. You know what? Let's move up. We're going to use Bring It Down on Heinrix.
Be careful not to cross my gate.
Right away. Okay, Heinrix. Sworn Enemy.
Let's see to it.
Perfect. After that, you charge in. 27 damage. I like it. All done. Next, held in my gaze. Prepare to die, trash. Oh wait, hold on. They don't want to do what they're doing right now. My bad. Alright, Voice of Command. I wasn't sure if I was going to have all my points. But either way, that enemy is gone. She's done. Another gunner. Whoa, that hit her pretty hard. I might need to keep her a bit further back. Back to Heinrix. Heinrix, he's going to move. And he's going to have to charge, unfortunately. We're going to have to do that. So we'll move over here. We'll go after the guy who hasn't shot yet. Ooh, head gone. Nice. Okay. Then I'll pull out my gun. Let's shoot. 5 damage. Okay, if I want to, I could wipe out quite a few more enemies. Do I want to? Absolutely. Alright, so first off, Sworn Enemy. That's what you are. Then we could use another word. Do I want to? Not really. Endure? Not needed. Enfeeble? Well, that would be a good one, huh? I think so. Let's do it. Finally, Daring Breach. And so we move right over here, where we then get to swing. And hopefully swing again. 34 damage. Another one. 32 damage. They're dead. Let's move over. We'll take out 2 enemies, 1 swing. That's my cleave. I love my cleave. All right, you're dead. Let's stand right by that gunner because screw him. That's why. Man, he's so far alone. But that's all right too. Abelard, it's your turn. All right. We'll come over here. Sworn enemy. 1 enemy at a time. And we swing. Wait, hold on. Before we do that, we'll come back over here. Now swing. 43 damage. All done. So we just need to charge a bit further down, but we'll probably want to be by some cover. So we'll move there. Very good. Endure. Yeah, keep your wounds up. Argenta, I don't think you're going to be able to catch up. I wonder, we'll want to go after her. Do we ever get to shoot at her? I actually have no idea how that works. She hasn't been on the turn order. I guess we'll figure it out later. All right, move over here. Can you actually shoot anyone that far away? I don't believe so. No. Yeah, you're just going to have to chill out for a bit. Right over here. That should do it. That's okay. Gideon, you'll move up. I wonder, can I even reach him? I don't think I can. I actually need a lot more movement, but I could use Bring It Down to move him up even further. That's true. Because I can't use my Voice of Command, but I could use my Air of Authority. We'll do that. Cool. Then bring it down. Just so he's able to get closer. Alright, we'll charge right over here. A little bit of cover. It never hurt me. All done. We don't really get to shoot at anything, do we? I would like to. I would love to, but it's not going to happen right now. Yeah, we'll just have to wait. Voice for Argenta in case we need to fight something. All done. Pascal, it's your turn. You'll have to move, but again, it won't be quickly. Can you hit anyone over here? I would highly doubt it. Yeah, I didn't think so. We're just going to have to chill out for a bit and wait. In fact, you'll wait here. I'm hoping that maybe we'll have to go after Aurora, which if so, then I don't feel bad about waiting way back over here. All right, we're done. His turn is over. You know what? Abelard, Heinrix, they should be able to take out everything. Yeah. Like that guy. He's dead. Okay, Cassia. Again, you are very far behind, which means we're going to move you back too. She's done for the moment. I don't really need to use anything at all unless I want to try to get close to Aurora. Another gunner. You hit him. Do you feel good about it? You're not going to. All right. Here's another priest. We'll move here. We're going to use Sworn Enemy.
I won't object to it.
Good. All right. If I hit you... No, we're going to use Enfeeble. We've got to, you know? Got to make sure they're hurting. A lot. Then we swing. Are we going to hit? We'll see. 23 damage. Not bad. Alright, we don't get to swing again, but we're going to use Endure. Got to stay tough. He's done. We are blessed. They really can't do much to us. That worked out nicely. And Abelard, you're going to move in, but you're going to try to hit everyone right after we use Sworn Enemy on the priest.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Have you? Dear God, it's a pretty wild battle.
Indeed.
Kill them all.
Like the
We killed 3. We got 3. Ooh, their parents felt that one. Okay, Argenta. Again, I can't really get you to do too much right now. Which means we're just going to move back. I would imagine we're going to have to move back to go get her anyway. So, we'll just go do it now. Running gun? Yeah, we'll do that just to move a little bit further. We get to do that. She's done. Gideon, you'll move back too. And who do we have? Pascal. Pascal will stay by some cover. He's going to use his precise... No, actually, hold on. Over here, perfect spot is what I want you to use. That'll do it. Wait there.
I've suffered worse.
You've got, like, pillow hands. You can't hurt us. All right, Cassia, you've taken a lot of damage. I'll put you behind a bit of cover. But you know the drill by now. We wait. Heinrix, destroy them. Sworn enemy. We got it. We swing. What's over here? A major psychic power, huh? We'll try it. 23 damage. Not what I needed, really. But it's what we've got. I was hoping for a bit more. Alright, Word of the Emperor for fun. We'll just use it. Endure.
For the throne's glory.
And he's done. Oh, they died. Okay, well that worked out. Alright, back over to you, Priest. Sworn enemy. Abelard. Strike away, bud. 27 damage. Not done yet. Could use my ultimate, but we don't need to. If I can, I would like to save it. Okay, Argenta, I think you're in a pretty decent area, but I'll switch you on over. Only one more priest. Gideon, you'll move right by her, and you're done. Pascal, again, you have nothing to do, so you'll wait right here. Okay, he's done. One priest who's about to be crushed. Cassia, don't worry about it. Heinrix, I guess you get to move back. There's no one over here. Yeah, I'm going to have him move back. He also gets to charge. It's hard to beat that. I won't always be able to do this, but we're still in Act 1, so we get to do it right now. Word of the Emperor. In turn. And hopefully we get to stop it here and now. Sworn enemy, one more strike. That's my dream. We could use sweep. Let's go. Enough. Now an age-rattling voice speaks to you from behind the blood-stained mask. You are powerless to halt the approach of what is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. I see the glow of the final dawn, and that means existence has made its choice. A dagger flashes in Aurora's hand. She drives it into the control panel with all her strength. Now you will see it too. She couldn't figure it out. She got mad. A blinding voltaic arc bursts forth from the broken control panel and strikes at Aurora's uncanny mask. Its metal heats up. Smoke billows through the bars. With a howl, she collapses. The light is gone. Was that it? The final dawn? But why was it so different from what our teacher promised? Aurora shakes her head blindly. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain. You will pay for this. You will. The woman's body goes limp and collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pascal examines the corpse with contempt, then concludes dryly, confirming purgation and termination. Heinrix grimaces in disgust. The heretic took her secrets with her. Pity. Cassia says, the motley hues have rejected her, leaving only a grayish-green thread. The noose that the heretic put around her own neck. I have seen this many times before. No one can escape fear itself. What are you doing, Heinrix? He's now approaching her body, and he leans over it. A minute, please, Gideon. I need no more than a minute. Well, hold on. I would like to use my Lure Xenos. We're going to check out that control panel. It worked out. The Cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the sacred machine and toward the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On closer inspection, it turns out to be the lavishly decorated handguard of a sword whose blade has been pried out. Its pommel is decorated with a strange adornment, resembling an eye covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Kunrad's weapon during the mutiny on your void ship. This is no human-made object. It was grown from wraithbone, a material favored by the Eldari. Interesting. As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together and individual words are distorted, as though they are mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whisper is like the burning red scratch of an unholy claw upon your mind. Interesting now. I could toss it away, however, we need to get Heinrix to look at it. That could be knowledge that we could use. Heinrix, take a look over here. What I have, is it by chance what you're looking for? He raises his head, gets up, and makes a wry face as he carefully examines Aurora's weapon. This unholy object is the work of inhuman hands, and judging by the cold I'm sensing, it is a tool of the archenemy. I am most grateful for your vigilance, Gideon. Of course. I'm not just going to toss it down. No, I don't want to do that. Heinrix takes the strange shard out of the control panel and studies it for a few seconds. Curious, Heinrix throws the corrupted object away and turns to you. Rogue Trader, on behalf of the Holy Ordos, I thank you for your cooperation and release you from your requisition. From this moment on, I am at your service. I'm ready to come aboard your ship and head for Footfall as soon as you deem it possible. That is, if you do not have other business in this system, in which case I am prepared to assist you in its prompt resolution. And right now, I'm going to take your mask. Right off. Unfortunately, it seems to be firmly attached to her flesh. Her face is impossible to make out in the darkness behind the bars of her mask, but after peering at it for a little longer than necessary, you wonder if for a moment you saw something move. Oh, I hate that. Yep, I'm out. Let us finish cleansing the monastery, Pascal. Executing. Let the Omnissiah-given motive force flow, and all obstacles in its path be eradicated. We're done here. Let's clean up. Yeah, stand on her. She's not Slaneshi, so she probably wouldn't like that. I did find some loot. We've got some weird prism. I'm not sure what that's going to be about just yet. We'll find out in the future. Also, one heretical item. No one in my party can currently use it. That would have to be for Adira. And over here, Avenger Gauntlets. These are pretty good. All attacks of opportunity deal an additional agility bonus damage, so that would be good for someone like Heinrix. You know what? Put them on. You deserve them, bud. I don't like the way they look, but we're gonna have to use them anyway. They're too good to avoid. Now, let's have a look at what I picked down for our levels. I gave Gideon a +10 to coercion. That puts us up to 72. We've got 82 commerce, and over here, 87 persuasion. I've also picked out Blood of Martyrs to enhance our ultimate abilities. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act, that ally gains temporary wounds equal to 10% of their max wounds plus resolve. We use our ult a lot, we might as well enhance what we have. In the future, I might change up Pascal's build to better synergize with our current group's format, but for now, I gave him Tide of Excellence. Whenever he uses Exploit on any enemy, he gains +1 damage and +2% armor penetration. That stacks too. And also a bonus to Perception. I gave Heinrix Desolation. The warrior deals an additional plus agility bonus damage to enemies that have no allies in adjacent cells. That would be a +5. Also counting his gloves too, he's gonna hit really hard. And here's a bonus to Carouse. Argenta now has 100% dodge. I gave her Second Skin. The soldier's medium armor does not reduce dodge. Now they're gonna have a really hard time hitting her. And I also gave her Swift Movements. +2 to movement. Not bad. For Cassia, I gave her Guide of Souls. The Navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with +3 additional movement points. And whenever she targets any allies with her navigator powers, they also get +3 to their movement points, but on their next turn. And I also gave her more awareness. I did tweak Abelard's build a little bit. He's going to be able to wear heavy armor. And right now, he's got Epicenter of Slaughter. Whenever the warrior is attacked, they gain +1 stack of Epicenter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior then gains +1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed his tough bonus, which is currently 6. And I gave him a bit more for his medical skill. That's our current build. Oh, hi everyone. It's good to see you. Okay, you don't need to bow too much. I'll get embarrassed. Well, I hope all of you perform and do your duties quite well. I'm leaving now. We did save quite a few, but I wonder how many actually died. Based on what they were saying, it was a lot. But finally, we get to leave. Oh, okay. Loot? Yeah, I'll take it. We've made it back to our void shift right now. We'll go talk to the governor in just a moment. But after all we've done, in fact, Totem, I would like to replace the painting of the late Theodora in my chambers. Hang my portrait instead. It will be done, your lordship. Very good. Let's go have a look at that. I bet it's going to be beautiful. It'll be right down over here? Yeah, over here. Oh, I love it. I wonder where we're going to put the old portrait. We should have like a hall of rogue traders. Oh, that would be really cool. I wonder how far back we go. 10 to 20 generations? If so, that would be incredible. But for right now, everyone, we are going to call it here. Tomorrow, we're going to have some very interesting battles. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you do leave a like and comment right down below. Even how long you watch, it all helps out the video, which helps me out. Alright, for the Imperium of Man. Until then.